How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a super powerful high difficulty assault rifle setup that you guys could be using right now in Back 4 Blood just after the big update. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck, now is your time to do so. But for the remainder of this video, I'm just going to be talking about what role every card plays in the deck and just everything like that. Now, the first category of cards that I have is going to be all of the weak spot damage cards that we're going to be using. Starting off with Hyper Focused, which is going to give us 50% weak spot damage and minus 40% move speed while shooting or melee attacking. Then we're also going to have Reckless Strategy, which is going to give us plus 30% weak spot damage and minus 5% damage resistance as the downside. Then we're going to have Ridden Slayer, which is going to give us plus 20% weak spot damage. And the last card to wrap up this category is going to be Knowledge's Power, which is going to give us plus 10% weak spot damage and allows players to see values for damage they deal and enemy health bars. Now, the reason that we have so many weak spot damage cards is because, like I said, we are going to be on mutation patrol, and weak spot damage is pretty much the only statistic in the game that was like tailor-made to go against the special infected. Because, I mean, it's not like the common have any weak spots, so these aren't going to do anything against common. These are solely because we are going to be trying to kill as many special infected as humanly possible. And as far as Knowledge's Power goes, this one was more of like a personal preference because I personally like to see the health bars. That personally helps me a lot when, you know, I just know when I can move to the next target rather than having to like personally see them die. But if you don't feel like this card is completely necessary, feel free to, you know, take this card out and you can put, you know, whatever you want in. You can put like a reload speed, you can put another card that helps out with the aim speed, just lots of different things you can put in, but this was just my personal preference. Now, jumping into the next category is going to be our various DPS cards. This is how we are going to be putting out just as much damage as humanly possible, starting off with Patient Hunter, which says every 0.75 seconds we ADS, it increases our bullet damage by 10% up to 3 stacks. Up next, we have Shredder, which says each bullet hit causes the target to take 1% increased damage for 3 seconds, stacking up to 15%. We have Silver Bullets, which is going to give us plus 10% damage and 15% effective bullet range. And we have Large Caliber Rounds, which is going to give us plus 7.5% bullet damage and 200% bullet penetration. And to round off this category, we have Line 'em Up, which is going to give us plus 10% effective bullet range, 15% recoil control, and 25% bullet penetration and aim speed. Now, the reason I picked these cards specifically is because I felt like these are really just all of like the top tier damage cards. Now, because of the fact that we're going to be stuck on mutation patrol most of the time and the weak spot damage is going to be like the main thing that really matters, we actually don't need to play like a whole lot of damage cards to really prove our point. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, even with just like 1 or 2 of these cards on, it's not going to take more than a few bullets to clear out a common infected. But we do still need to play some damage cards, obviously, because they give us other abilities like bullet penetration, effective bullet range, and just stuff like that. And, I mean, it's going to make it so we can just gun down the mutations even faster without having to hit them in their weak spots, which is also pretty nice. And with, you know, us primarily caring about the mutations, not really the commons, and, you know, the weak spot cards being like the primo cards that actually matter, it makes it so we actually don't have to play as many of these just base damage cards, especially since, like, card order doesn't matter and we have to play, like, an overwhelmingly amount of them. It actually gives us a lot more wiggle room to do like a lot more with like the end of the deck. You know, it gives us a lot more wiggle room to, you know, get more stuff like reload speed and aim speed and stuff like that. Alright, now the next category that I have is going to be primarily focused on reload speed, because ARs don't really have the quickest reload speed in the world, and we're not really doing anything gimmicky with this build. We're going to be just a straight assault rifle build, just trying to pelt out as much damage as humanly possible. So unfortunately, there's really no way to get around the fact that we just kind of have a slow reload. Like, we don't play anything like admin reload, we don't play anything like 2 is 1, 1 is none, none of that. So we just gotta make our base reload speed just that much faster. And to start it off, we have Cold Brew Coffee, which is going to give us plus 15% reload speed, 25% aim speed, weapon swap speed, and use speed. Now, the 2 main reasons we're playing this card are for the reload speed and the aim speed. That is exclusively why we're playing this card, but the weapon swap speed and use speed are nice because they're just very good effects that are just tacked on for no downside. And I feel like that's just, even with the fact that their, card matter doesn't order, I still feel like cards like Cold Brew and Line 'em Up are just too value heavy to just pass up. Up next, we have Wide Mouth Magwell, which is going to give us plus 30% reload speed and minus 5% damage resistance as the downside. And up next, we have Reload Drills, which is going to give us just 20% reload speed. And to finish off the category, we have Ammo Belt, which is going to give us plus 50% ammo capacity and 15% reload speed. Now, with all of these reload speed cards combined, we have 80% increased reload speed, and if you want to go out of your way and take out maybe one of these final 2 cards to make it like a plus 100% reload speed, that is totally up to you, but I just felt like that was just like a little unnecessary because, I don't know, just the fact that you can melee while you're reloading and it doesn't interrupt your reload animation, I feel like just solely for that existing, you don't need to really like go all in on the, super fast reload speed train unless you're going to be like a Mat Coupler deck, which is like, completely different. And as for the last 2 cards in the deck, they don't really have a category. They're just really good value cards for the deck. The first one being High Vis Sights, which gives us plus 30% aim speed. I mean, that's one of the primary things we care about because assault rifles don't really have the fastest aim speed. Like, I'd say the big 3 things that we care about in this deck are going to be weak spot damage, reload speed, and aim speed. Like, those are going to be by far the 3 most important categories. So this just gives us a really nice buffer and makes it so I don't really have to play a lot of other mediocre cards that just tack aim speed on it. I can just play this one card and just get it over with. And the last card in the deck is going to be Double Grenade Pouch, which is going to give us plus 2 offensive inventories and minus 5% move speed and sprint speed as the downside. Now, again, this is another one of those cards that you can just swap out for something more AR related if you really want to, but I did find that while playing, it just really helped me out to just be able to hold more than one frag grenade, because frag grenades are super strong right now and they get rid of pretty much everything that's like super problematic outside of like the literal big bosses like hags, breakers, and ogres. But most of the time, like tall boys, bruisers, crushers, like it'll one tap all of those, and it kind of feels bad whenever you have like one frag grenade and you use it, let alone like you miss or something. Like, it just feels really bad to throw out your last frag, but if you have 3 frags, it just makes you feel so much more secure, and it's just such a good get out of jail free card because you can throw frags at your feet and you don't take like self-inflicted explosion damage. So that's a really strong way you can get out of positions where you're swarmed by comet. It's, you can also just throw it at your feet and that's probably going to kill any special infected that are around. Again, much like Knowledge is Power, this was just like a personal preference card I put in here that, just from my experience playing, this seemed really strong. But again, you can put something much more assault rifle centric in this deck if you want, if you're looking for just like straight synergy. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any deck changes that you guys would make. And as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with. So if you guys are in some dire need to teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.